Welcome everybody. Welcome the boxing fanatics out there watching this show. This is the Kuyafiwa chat room and powered by Sports Pro. And this this episode, we have a legend in his own right. One of the people that has worked very hard in the boxing industry and a legendary trainer. We know him. Call him Coach G, Gert Strydom. Welcome to the show, Gert.
Thanks, Ips. Thanks for having me.
It's an honor and a privilege to have you on the show.
Likewise.
Gert, you've done that. You did almost everything in boxing. Where does it all start?
Many years ago, when I was about 5 years old. That's when I got involved in boxing for the first time. And yeah, I've boxed as an amateur and went through the whole process, and that got me to where I am today. And I'm still involved.
You have actually worked with Manny Fernandez. You've had many champions during your time with Manny Fernandez.
Yes, I grew up with Manny. We come from the same neighborhood in Brixton, where we grew up. We boxed in the same amateur club as amateurs. He was a senior when I was a junior. So yeah, me and Manny, we come 48 years that I know Manny now, and I've worked with him for about 15. And during that time, I think at one stage we had one of the strongest gyms in Africa. We had many champions, national champions, international champions. So me and Manny did well when we were together.
Well done, Gert. You actually have defined the sport of boxing, and a lot of people follow you and look at what you do as a trainer, as a manager. And at this moment, what do you do?
I'm still involved with the training and stuff, yeah. I've also helped somebody build a boxing venue that's up and running. So I've kept myself busy with boxing stuff. And yeah, it's not a easy road. Boxing is not an easy game. Especially now during COVID, there was no activity for the boys. So it's hard to keep boys motivated for 2 years and there's no activity for them. Their careers are standing still. Yeah, it was very hard, and I've got some boys that stuck it out, and they're on top of their game, and hopefully we can get them going soon. Some of the boys that I'm working with at the moment, I reckon it's some of the best fighters I've ever worked with in terms of talent. So I think there's a bright future for them. All they need is the opportunities now to showcase their skills. That's all we need, is just activity for these boys. Because I don't know how long I can still keep them motivated for. It's even hard to keep myself motivated during times like this. We work hard with the boys, we spend the hours in the gym, and then there's no activity, and it tends to make you a bit negative. And a lot of times it's crossed my mind, and I've asked myself, do I really still want to do this? But then, if boxing is in your blood, it's hard to leave. And I don't think there's a special recipe to success. I think you just got to follow your own mind and do things your own way, and be in the right place at the right time, and things will happen for you. So yeah, but we're still hanging in there, and hopefully in the near future things will change. I see there's been a lot of events that took place in the last week. So yeah, it would be nice to get some of the boys on those bills and just get them going.
Just as a matter of interest, who are these boys that you have at the moment?
I've got a junior welterweight kid. He's unbeaten at the moment. Sipho Mshlangu.
Yes.
He had 20 amateur fights. He won all 20. He's a national amateur champion twice. He won the SA title twice in amateurs. He decided to turn pro under me. He's 3-0 at the moment. He's a real prospect, a kid to watch out for. And then I've also got Kane Fourie. He's a lightweight, unbeaten in 4 outings. He's fighting now in 2 weeks' time in Mpumalanga on J for Joy show. So yes, hopefully he can pull off a good win there, and then after that we're going to look at maybe challenging for the Gauteng title. So it all depends on his performance on the 8th, and we'll take it step by step with both boys. But as I said, I would just like them to be more busy and get more opportunities and be more active. It's hard to build boys if they fight twice a year, three times a year. It's not good enough. These boys need activity, and when I'm talk activity, I mean 7, 8, 9 fights a year. That's how you build boys. That's how they do it all over the world, and that's why their boys are on another level. Our boys takes too long to get to that level because the overseas boys get 7, 8 fights in a year. Here it takes the boys 3, 4 years to have that many fights, and it just takes too long. By the time you reach your peak, you passed your sell-by date. The guys that started off with you, they're 4, 5 years ahead of you, and you can never catch up to them again. And I think that's one of the problems. And also, promoters back in the day used to sign fighters, good fighters, up to their promotion and build them and made sure that those boys get 4 or 5 fights a year. I see that's not happening anymore. There's people promoters do shows, but they don't sign fighters. So whenever the boys fight on their bills, there's no guarantee that you're going to be on the next one, or there's no future. The boys don't know where the next fight's going to be. It's one fight at a time, and it's very hard to build a boy's career and to plan his future ahead if there's no constructive plan in place. So I think that's what boxing lacks at the moment. Promoters needs to sign boys up, 20 boys, 25 boys. All depends how big his promotion is and what his promotion can handle. And I think that's the way forward. The boys needs to know the plan ahead, and I don't think there's many guys with a plan at this stage, a year plan. It's fight by fight. Most of the promoters out there don't announce their dates, the whole year's dates, in the beginning of the year. There's a few promoters that can do that, but most of them, it's hard. I know it's hard to get sponsors and it's hard to put up events, but that's why they can't sign fighters, because they themselves are not sure how many events they're going to host in 1 year. So yeah, that's just one of the problems I see in the game, but I'm glad that COVID is almost over and things has opened up. And there is more activity, so hopefully we can bring boxing back to where it belongs.
Well,
same problem.
You watching the chat room, the Kuyafiwa chat room, and we're here with legendary trainer, Coach G, Gerstradom. And we've had, fundamentally what he says is that, when you train boxers, they need to get fights, and he's appealing to the promoters out there to say, sign up the boxers, give them more fights, because it doesn't help, as he says, that you're training a boxer and he's got just 1 fight in a year. That's not going to help in the development and ensuring that that boxer becomes a champion one of these days. Gerstradom, is quite an honor and a privilege to have had you here, and very passionate about the game. Your dedication it does not go unnoticed, noticed. And I'm sure there's a lot more that you'll be giving to the sport, and obviously your contribution, is so immense, and people know you out there. You are a true legend. Thank you very much for coming to the Kuyafiwa chat room.
Thanks, and it was good.
And all the best, my brother.